Inside my head, the energy strings where thoughts travel build a net of connecting highways. The most important thought strings glow stronger than the others. Those are mainly the ones we use right now.
Is it true that you can see thoughts as a connecting puzzle while you eat or do something else?
Yes, well, not as a puzzle, more like a spider web. I can see thoughts, actions, impressions connecting as if a highway is being built in an extreme speed. These highways, as I call them, make the blueprint of whatever I am doing or have done. So while eating, I can watch the map that executed and execute orders being built. This map showed me gathering the meal, sitting down and eating it.
Where do all the highways go when you're done studying them?
These blueprints are saved box encoded. When they are boxed, they end up looking like buzzing light spheres on an energy highway. They hook up in a connection point to a new highway being built. See, all the highways are connected to each other and lead to your earliest memories, but you cannot see them because they are boxed and coded. You told me about the movie Tron. Then you can easily imagine the highways and the light spots or connection points on them.
Do you mean that it is only you who can reach your earliest memories, or can anyone do it? Can humans do it? How do we do it? How do we reach our earliest memories?
We need to find the right energy path. This won't be the easiest thing to do because from that point in time when you were just 3 years old, the maps of all highway constructions are trillions and each one is coded and locked and maybe hooked together with an end point, a connection point on the new and continuing highway. We are always going forward or sidewards, and if we go backward, we build a new island of roads connecting to each other. The net keeps expanding until the day we die. I want to add that each highway that ends in a connection point is finished. We have nothing more to build on this. We understand the entire sequence. We found the solution. But our life is not that easy. The older we get, the more unfinished amount of highways seem to grow, and they stay open until we finish them. Sometimes it is enough to finish one highway, and because of this, the rest will automatically finish. So yes, you can do it too.
But I don't understand. So what is the real practical use of being able to see all these maps? Can we use them for something, and what? Take me for an example. Remembering sequences from as early as 4 to 5 years old. Um, if all memories are locked and coded, can you develop?
The most simple way for me to answer that question of practical use is if you see the blueprint of what is happening right now, you can correct or improve your thoughts, moves, and actions in an as early state as right now instead of afterwards. Thoughts are very fast. If we would slow one of the energy highways down and focus 1,000,000 times, I would probably see threads that are stretched pictures. Each highway are one event. Repeating shows and routines are old highways with connection points to the highway we're building right now. The first memory we have is probably being born and the image of our mother. That is the absolute. And it doesn't have to share room inside our mind with anything else, so we cling to the association of the mother image. After 10 years, the mother image have changed, partly because our mother are aging, but also through the interaction we have with our mother. We box and pack the memory, but keep the key. One image connecting and running through our entire first memory. This thread is stretched so much it clearly becomes the thinnest or vaguest memory in any of our highways. After boxed and packed highways, we've moved from the first image ages ago, but the memory is still here. We just need to find each connecting point that leads us back to it.
Okay, so if I understand you, the memories we have are actually you call them highways, like if they were physical, and that is kind of confusing. And they are also pictures that someone has I'm finding this hard to understand simply. And just how thin would you say the threads in the energy highways are?
Yes, I can understand. This is quite hard to take in. I wouldn't call it physically thin in your measurement. I would rather ask you how wide and how big or thin in the universe. The reason is that the space inside our minds must be infinite. We build more than 1,000,000,000,000 highways. That is memories through our lifetime. When we connect each memory, they never feel older than 2 weeks, just as if the event was there and now, and this is big. We remember smell, feelings, images, sound, touch, and taste, how we moved, pain, pleasure, love, hate, or sadness. Each state can be recalled in a fraction of a second, even if the memory are 60 years old. This demand that the space inside our minds are infinite, with room enough to take these jumps between the 1,000,000,000+ memories. A memory is not only a cloud of instructions leading up to one event, it is also each instruction as the memory of looking at your hand, the instruction of looking, and each experience, no matter how small or insignificant it feels. So when picturing the spider web of energy highways in front of us, we need to back up thousands of miles to be able to see the entire spider web. In every single energy highway, remember there are more than 1 trillion. Let's do this experiment together. Imagine your energy highways and connecting points in this web of roads. Focus on one of these strings. What happened the day before yesterday? Everything that happened then are in one energy highway. Highways lead 2 ways, but can only be built on 1 way, and can never be unbuilt. All you see is a string in a spider web. Come closer. You need to find the right memory. Come even closer until you recognize any image, feeling, smell, touch, or taste. Find the key. If you are with me now, you cannot visualize the spider web anymore. You are probably in something as big as a very busy train station or a supermall. You never hit the energy highway. You got sucked into the light sphere, bumped on the string and thrown on the packed and boxed memory. The connection point with images and impressions everywhere. You ought to realize right now that you actually can't see an end in this box. When you pick the right store or the right train, you will immediately be transferred to the key memory. When you unlock the energy highway, the rest of every single impression appear. Maybe it's much easier for you now to get a grip of just how wide each energy string is, but I do agree with you. The fact is laughable. The mind is really endless. Most people see the mind as a little box. What's inside is what they see right now. For an example, humans claim I can't do that. You're the thinker. I am kind of just good in what I'm doing. In other words, they only see what they do right now, and when they remember something, they never question how come I remember. They only remember or not. How many of you haven't been in that place where you look for something you recently lost? You twirl around like tornadoes, lifting every pillow, turning every rock, and in the end you sit down and focus, where did I go and when? Then your journey starts to find the key memory. So everyone really functions as I do. No one thinks they do, on the other hand. Recently was a Bilderberg meeting in Turin. One of the things that they brought up was post-truth. Now, I don't know how they approached this subject, but I am pretty sure that they will not observe the human thought as I do. Post-truth are nothing else than the shortest way to an explanation. Post-truth are created foremost when our governors, kings, presidents, politicians, and leaders lie. We can feel, we understand that the factors in this math puzzle don't add up, and we build a bridge to the truth. That The rich and famous VIPs will be talking about this on the Bilderberg meeting only to show how ignorant they really are. Post-truth are not inventing a magnifying glass to watch nuclides evolve. It is simply routine thinking when solving problems we know nothing of. The shortest way to an answer, enabling us to pack a thought and leave it or develop it. Therefore, what these leaders need to do is fund education and stop treating people as ignorance just because they lack status. Just tell the truth. They are in fact creating the post-truth world. They are even using conspiracy theories to silence truth by adding gasoline to them. They are creating dimwits with tinfoil hats carrying the truth beneath the silly hat of post-truth the leaders created, relating or denoting circumstances in which objective facts are less influential in shaping public opinion that appeals to emotion and personal belief. In this era of post-truth politics, it is easy to cherry-pick data and come to whatever conclusion you'll desire. Some commentators have observed that we are living in a post-truth age. It is really not a phenomenon that leaders lie, but it is also not them who hinder you from success. It is your state of mind telling you, I cannot accomplish more than this. You have mentally created a kind of driver's license that allow you to drive different vehicles. You have this category license, so you are only allowed to drive a moped. The rest are, as we know, concealed in a fog, perfectly and sound asleep. So we just turn the moped engine on and drive away, thinking, wow, how swell wouldn't it be with a Lamborghini instead? In this foggy, not clear state of mind that we spent maybe 30 years of filling up with fairy tales and stories ending in moral lessons, we actually believe that there are nothing leading up to our thoughts and actions. It's all magic. We don't really think. It is just magically there. And if it's not there, then the magic don't work. We cannot change our future. We insist on seeking answers in psychology and religion, and we get more judgments. This is what you are, who you are, and why. And then we get treated with a variation of remedies. In contrast to normal medicine research, where broken leg are fixed with a cast, no one ever seemed to have fixed the mind. How to fix something that works on magic, right? So now we really have use of a mind blueprint telling us just what and where and why we suddenly started to act on post-truth, why we stay on the Vespa, and why we sit here and envy the Bilderberg Group. I can probably tell you without blinking even once what led me from my childhood until today to write for you. That would be probably 10,000 energy highways and 5,000 intersections or connecting points. The blueprints of the energy highway keep me up to 100% in the present without losing the past, and this together gives me a clear view of the future.